when a person says, well, I'm building my portfolio for agencies, a couple, 2, 3, 4 agencies. So what does that mean? Are they really a working model?
Well, a portfolio is, in my experience with a portfolio, it is showing your diversity of what you're having done.
Paying to have done, right?
Well, you can have your friends do it. It's best if you do a professional photographer, I like photography students.
Oh, fun, yeah.
Because they need it for their portfolio. But they want to see natural look in a portfolio, so they want to see you no makeup. They want to see you in black and white, and then they want to see you in a professional headshot done. And then other parts of your portfolio might be a fashion clothes, evening gown, some fantasy, creative makeup, wherever you think you're going to model. So if you were thinking you're going to model lingerie, it would be in lingerie. If you're thinking you're going to model
Gucci,
it'd be in a Gucci bag.
Armani.
Yeah, right. My whole point. It'd be something high fashion, which would cover those, or something fantasy or whatever. So they want to see a little bit of diversity. They don't just want to see, hi, I'm Miss September, my teeth are perfect,
right.
I've had my face done.
Right.
They don't want to see that. They want to see marketability, because they might have a client that might want somebody with your facial appearance. They might not want you in a Gucci bag, but they might want to see that you're willing to do some fantasy work and go roll around in the mud and pay you $50,000 for that.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah. But are you following what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they want to see, they don't just want to see Miss Prim and Proper through the whole thing, unless that's where you want to go. So your modeling portfolio is maybe 5 to 10 shots.
Right. But it doesn't mean that you've been paid to model these shots, like you're a real model.
But one of the things that models do that I think is very important, are people that work in it, that if they volunteer or if they do a photo shoot, or if they do something and it doesn't go, that they build a portfolio that way, that they say, well, okay, you're going to do this with these pictures and you're only going to pay me so much money, fine, but I want a copy of the shots for my portfolio as well. I've done that with different projects. You're going to do makeup and hair and blah, blah, blah for this independent film, fine, and I'm not going to run video because I don't want to cut in on your film, but I'm taking a picture of all the work I'm doing for my portfolio to show what I did for this project. Start, finish, end, final look. That kind of thing. And so for a model, it's going to be all that. It's going to be a resume. Any work that you have done, any professional work, anything you've gotten paid. And you don't want to inundate them with tons of shit. I mean, maximum would be 5 to 10 shots. If they want to see more of you, they'll ask. Right? But you want to get them definitely a little bit diverse. And in the area you want to be. If you're going to do runway, you need to show your stats, your picture, your fitness, and that kind of thing, and have full body shot on top of just your face shot, because you're going to be working the runway. You know, if you're going to do lingerie, you're going to want to show you monitoring that. That's why I say that. If you're going to do sportswear, you want to be showing you in a sportswear outfit, at least one, so that you can show that, yes, I can actually wear this clothes and not be all bumpily, wrinkly, too big, too disproportionate, too fat, whatever it is. And, well, not weight appropriate for the shot you're trying to do, let's put it that way, because now modeling world has changed. They want big girls too. You know, there's no little teeny tiny girl. And they want all colors, they want all whatever. So your modeling portfolio is showing your diversity.
So how do you know when someone's full of shit when they're talking about their modeling portfolio?
Well, there really isn't full of shit when it comes to a portfolio. What's probably more important about a portfolio is how current are the pictures. So nowadays, you know, people can go shoot a bunch of pictures with a digital camera and print it out and get it in decent size, or 8x10, or do whatever.
He does that.
Yeah.
He does amazing
You
stuff.
can do that, you know. He off camera being her husband, Ed. You can do all of that stuff.
Say hi, honey.
Hi there.
Say hi to the camera.
Say hi, honey.
Hi there.
Yeah, exactly.
Gracias.
So, but my point is that you can do all that kind of stuff, but current, relevant, if you're going to get bookings. And then if you have an agent, an actual real agent instead of independent, an agent will make sure that you have a portfolio that keeps you marketable.
Have you ever thought about being an agent?
Have I ever thought about being an agent?
Yeah.
I did. I don't know.
I think you'd be a great agent.
The problem about being an agent wouldn't be necessarily listing the people. It would be back to earlier conversations of the market that I'm in Alaska. But I thought, my dream was when I was younger, it used to piss me off that you had to go out of the state of Alaska for any of that business. And then when some of the fashion business quote came to Alaska, that it was always some other, like some shoe store, some clothing store, some purse store, some whatever, and that was the only business. There was, and they always got the models to do it for free, and then you're talking hokey okey saying, oh yeah, there's modeling in this town, and the little princess is going, oh, I got to be a model for the Nordstrom's fashion show. So what? Nordstrom's the one who made the money, they didn't pay you.
Right,
Are you
right.
following me?
I have a problem.
What?
I'm supposed to go dancing and my pants are falling off me, like literally, like falling off of me. Like, I
Right.
don't know, I lost weight or something. Do you have a belt?
I don't have an
Any
extra belt.
suggestions?
Bobby pins or safety pins.
Yeah, you got any?
I don't have any, but that's my suggestion.
Damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Safety pins. If I go home, my kids won't let me back out. I can't go there and change. Get grounded. Hi. The safety pins are his suggestion that he has them. Do you have any in your car?
Don't you love how I have the crises room?
Yes.
You love that. Like every time there's a crisis, they come flying back.
But somehow you de-escalate them.
How is that? Because I know how to do it. I'm
You
like,
know how to do it.
it's like, really? You think about what you're saying. And you know, that doesn't even exhaust me. It's just so natural for me. I'm just like, whatever.
It's intrinsic for you.
Yeah, intrinsic. Good word.
So tell me about your dream. You said when you were young.
My dream was to do that, was to have a whole fashion empire right here in the state of Alaska. To include high fashion. Not just Eskimo wear, which I think is very important. I would love...
I think it's very important, but it ain't high fashion, you know?
Well, it can be. Wouldn't it be amazing to have some Native American Alaskans make some amazing beaded...
Well, that I would
Sure.
love.
You
But
see
why
what I'm
can't I
saying?
model it? Why
Right.
can't this white girl model that beautiful artwork?
You can.
See?
That's what I've always thought. I've never thought that couldn't happen.
Exactly.
It was developing that, getting the money to develop that. Should go to the Native Corporation and say, guess what, Siri, you're developing all of this stuff about the business, climate in Alaska. Here's my proposal for you,
I
and
think
this
it'd
is
be
what I want
great.
to see.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine who does sketch drawings and designs clothes, design them with the beadwork and the designs built into
heaven.
it.
Beautiful. I'd
And
wear it.
bags. Well, not only that. So then you've got shirts, you've got pants, you've got jackets, you've got
Gloves,
winter gloves.
bags.
Right, and they don't have to be necessarily what people are used to traditional Alaska, but the fact that they put in that influence into the adornment of the clothing. Are you following me?
Oh, yeah.
And the handbags and the backpacks and the cell phone covers and whatever. Some of these traditional designs possibly, or some takeoff of them, right? And then rock that out. And you could have the whole...
Hey, your iPhone 5 cell phone cover with
Yeah.
the Raven motifs.
Yeah, right. Raven motif. You're
Or-
hearing me.
See?
Yeah.
Or the bear.
Or
the
Raven,
bear.
or Raven
The
Bling.
grizzly bear.
Right,
Yes.
Raven bling, exactly. Or bear, bear bling, whatever it
Oh,
would
I
be.
love that.
Something fabulous along those lines. And it doesn't have to be boring traditional, but that would be the inspiration for it. And put it out there. And you've got young kids nowadays, they've got the internet in their hand, and they've seen it all. And their point of view is, well, fuck, I have to fly 3 hours to Seattle to get to civilization to even see any of it. I think that's bullshit.
Exactly.
And then the other thing I think is bullshit, like there's a couple little boutiques in
Will you hand me
town
that, honey?
that do fashion shows and whatever it is.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
But it's always geared towards their business, their sales, their whatever. It's not towards a whole industry of it. And
Right.
I really
Thank you,
think
baby.
that you could have one. I am old. There was a gal in
Why do you
town.
say you're old? You're only what?
Yeah, I'm only 42.
So
You're a
I'm
youngster.
30.
But in
I'll be 38 in a few weeks.
But in Alaska, you live fast, right? So I've lived at least 20 extra years
You
in
live
that
fast,
40.
age faster.
Yeah.
Thank you, darling.
But no, you live faster, and I have yet to age. It's dark and cold up here.
You're so good.
But what I think is cute is there was a group of people. The one lady was a fashion designer, and she used to make fashion clothes, and she did it for the ethnic clients in town, the black girls. And one of my girlfriends who was transgendered, she designed for her all the time. And the transgender person was very well known down at the club and as a performance artist and as one of the empress in the gay community. And she designed clothes specifically for her because nobody else would.
Was she considered gay though after she was transgendered?
Oh, right. I mean, we're talking 80s,
Yeah.
90s, I'm sure.
She's
you
a
know.
girl.
But
She's a woman.
she had boobs. She had the, we always tease she's a convertible. She had the custom top.
What
Right.
about the genitals? Did she,
She didn't have that part done,
Okay.
but she had the top done, and
She
she
liked her
lived as
genitals.
a, yeah, well, or ran out of money.
Oh yeah, that
You know,
happens.
one of the two. But it doesn't matter, lived her life as a female. and
yeah, she
did
is
all
a
her home
female.
health therapy and everything. And people wouldn't design clothes and design clothes for her, and she had these amazing dresses and costumes
Beautiful.
and everything that were classy and progressive and sexy.
One of a kind.
Totally one of a
Yeah.
kind. Oh my God, yes, exactly. And there would be they would be like a subculture in town, or a coffee party or a dinner party, and people would go to, and her name was Miss Wiggles.
Miss Wiggles?
Yeah, well, she was a dancer here in town for years, and something happened. I think she got MS or whatever, and the doctor told her blah, blah, blah. So she did all this physical therapy, and she had this whole show that she did where she could be on the floor doing the splits and get her bum to wiggle while she was on the floor, and of course, brought down the house. And I thought she's an amazing woman, personally. Because I've seen, I went to one of the shows. They used to have hair shows, the black hair show, the black supply houses that used to be here, because there was a definite white and black in Alaska. They used to put on shows, and it was totally like the TV, like the barber shop or beauty shop or whatever those shows were, where they just have these crazy hairdos and fun, and then they had a big party, and everybody was very extravagant, very blingy, very, over the top. Every bit of it was over the top, and I missed that. That was so much goddamn fun. Oh my God! And that's where I learned how to drink rum and Coke.
What does that taste like, a rum and Coke?
You're gonna have to taste it yourself.
Yeah, you can't describe it.
You can't describe it. Rum and Coke, honey. Little lemon. Yeah, delish. Don't drink too much because a rum headache's the worst.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
not worse
yeah.
than a tequila headache?
Yes.
I think.
I can't-
Tequila
I can't
headache
even
doesn't
drink-
really kick in until you drink water. Rum headache kicks in the minute you come alive, and that might be for a day or two.
I can't even drink tequila, I get sick.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, I'm serious. I have migraines, so I have to be very careful what I drink. I'm usually drinking nothing but water. I talk like, oh, let's have vodka, but really I don't.
Yeah, well, my point is, though, that my whole point of view is there was always subculture for it here, but never mainstream. And I just didn't think that was fair. I thought that there's enough talent right here. There was enough drive and ambition right here.
There's enough talent, there's
There's
enough drive, there's
right,
enough beautyism.
And
you know?
and then there was enough international market because people travel here all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't realize how diverse the place really could be.
Well, it's a major
Oh,
airport
but
hub.
it's sold as hee-haw, backwoods, remote Alaska. Well, yeah, but you know what? That's like 4 hours down the road. We live in the city.
It's like the bush, hello.
Yeah, hello. And that doesn't mean those people out there don't want fashion. I drove
Exactly.
out to my mom's lodge this last weekend and see kids wearing fashion and wearing, cute shoes and different colored and a nice purse and that kind of stuff. Bullshit,
I can see you go, ooh, I love that fashion.
Hello, girl.
I know, I love that.
It's like, thank God we're not amongst the barbarians.
So-
Well, don't push it. It's still bug spray. They can't wear cologne, but
So, Joseph, to me, you're a qualified image consultant, everything. I mean, you obviously are a cosmetologist for many years, an esthetician,
Right.
an expert in beauty. So, do I have what it takes to be a model?
Sure, it would just be finding what client would want to pay for your look. And that's the right agent. You definitely do. Plus, you have the attitude. A lot of modeling is attitude. They're going to put hair and makeup on you. They'll tell you take these extensions out, or they'll put it underneath a wig, or they'll curl and style these however the hell they want it.
Just pay me.
And they'll pay you.
I'll give you what you want.
Yeah, and they'll look at you, listen to you, plug. And that's a shameless plug brought to you by Dr. Barbie and Joseph.
Yes, exactly.
We promote ourselves, we promote another product. If you want product placement in one of our videos,
All
please,
endorsements. Yeah, I know.
please feel free to email us at any time and we'll be more than happy
Joseph, we'll give you
to
a
wear
sample.
your lingerie in the video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Send us samples, yes. If you would like us to wear your lingerie,
Right.
please send us an envelope, self-stamped envelope
Yeah.
with funds and your lingerie
Yeah.
too. The address below.
Right.
A plain brown envelope.
Yeah, praying bound. And a praying bound. If it fits, it ships. If it fits, we wear it. Yay!
That's right. That's right.
And if you pay extra, we're gonna make Ed wear it too.
I don't mind, we'll sell
Hey,
it.
you know what? Then you'll have your trilogy then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's right.
And then you'll be able to go to Vegas
Yeah,
and get bottle service.
yeah, exactly.
One bottle.
Yeah. That's so awesome. What'd you do? We got the straight guy in the underwear. Yay!
Oh, Ed will sell.
We're gonna whore him right out.
Ed will sell because he's that rugged, straight guy.
Right? And these lace panties looks worn by Ed are September 2012's latest for all you men in the bear cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, shameless promotion right and left. No, I think that's the other thing that people forget is that you've got to put yourself in front of some other people. And there's a market at any age for looks.
Not just dentures.
No. Yeah. Well, there's even a market for that. It's an extra $50 with your dentures out. But that market's a little rough, and you were talking the sex trade earlier.
Yep.
But no, I mean, you really start looking at it and do it. There are people that want the look. And when you start moving into markets, you know...
But what separates my look from any other blonde? Tall, skin, thin blonde.
There really would just be the individuality of your face.
Yep, that's right, which is different.
Right. I mean, everybody's got a different face. Whether or not you had some work done on your nose or you've used Botox is really not relevant. It's going to be what the client is trying to sell. And if they feel that your confidence level and your look in that picture, because if you're unconfident, the camera will capture that.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're too phony baloney, the camera gets it. People think they can hide it away with hair and makeup and Photoshop, but they've got to have blood and guts to do Photoshop in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, and if there isn't anything to work with, it's not going to Photoshop, baby doll.
Right, folks, there's nothing Photoshop about Josephine and me right now.
the
Shit,
camera doesn't-
speak for yourself! I look this good all the time.
Right,
Yeah,
we
no,
look-
I get it, right. That means that's
We
just
look like
life.
this all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the camera doesn't lie.
That's
what I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah, well, and you just can't fudge it that hard. It's just not going to work.
Not at 47.
Yeah, well, you're older than I am then. Yeah, at your age.
Right?
Jesus Christ, I can't even believe that.
Well, we won't name names.
We're not bitter. We need to work through that.
Yeah, we're not bitter.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's it. And I'm having it all done. I've got to look 25 perpetually.
So, honey, what would you do if I dyed my hair dark?
Why would you do that?
There's your answer.
I
Yeah.
get it. What would you think if I did?
Oh, well, I would think you were probably having an affair with somebody. And,
What?
Right.
Am I capable of having an affair? Where do I go all day? What do I do? Who follows me everywhere?
That
would be Simba.
Yeah.
That would be
My
the
son.
typical straight guy answer right there. You dyed your hair black, who you screwing?
Maybe I want to look like Wonder Woman. I don't know.
That would be a fun costume. one
Oh, I'm
time.
gonna do that this year. I have to get a black wig.
You know, or go like gothic vampire princess. That would be so amazing.
I was going through the Denver airport, and this TSA guy stops me, and he goes, "You know who you could be if you just dyed your hair black?" And I said, "God, I shudder to think." And he goes, "You could be Elvira, princess," because at the time I had my blue eyes in, right? He goes, "Mistress of the dark." He goes, "You'd be the hottest Elvira." And I thought, are you done checking my ID? He goes,
That
"Really?"
is funny.
I thought, oh my, I said, "Do I look like Elvira?" He goes, "You could pass for it." I said, "Oh my God."
Yeah, that's either a blessing or a curse.
It sure is.
You know,
Elvira actually is a gorgeous woman.
she's hot.
With
Hell yeah.
or without the black hair. She's actually a blonde.
Right.
But she is beautiful no matter what. I like her better blonde, but she still does a good Elvira. There wouldn't be Halloween without Elvira.
Right. Exactly. There's your shtick. There wouldn't be something without Dr. Barbie. We've got to figure out what that is.
What is that?
Yeah.
I mean, my staff at work and all that love me, but outside of work, and I am a workaholic. I do love to work. I do love to write and research. Outside of that, I am also a normal. I like to play. I like to have fun and
Right.
playing. Meaning, not kinky shit. I'm not into that.
Yeah, she's. I love how you fucking define.
Qualifying.
Yeah.
Let me just define. Let me just operationalize for you researchers out there what fun means. Fun means
No, you didn't say fun. You said play.
play.
Which all the
Oh yeah, play. I'm
What
sorry.
all the kinky people meant? What? She's gonna let me beat them? All right.
No, wait, yeah. Play
You-
for me means makeup, hair, makeup, running,
Right,
playing
right.
with my cat, going out with my husband in our RV,
Yeah.
going RVing. I am not a kinky person. No, I'm sorry. I'm not downing those that are that way. I don't, that's not for me to judge, and it's not for me to place,
What if you had a client that came to you and talked to you about that?
oh, that'd be fine. That's, professional.
Doc, I think my kinkiness is getting the best of me.
What I
broke
would-
my arm.
Yeah. Then my concern would be their safety. You know,
Right.
what mechanisms are they engaging to put their lives at risk? Because, you know.
So I have another reference point for that.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend of mine who she dated a lot of guys that were in the band, and one guy was really kinky and tied her up. And she's not a skinny girl, but she wasn't a fat chick.
Mm-hmm.
And it broke both of her forearms.
Oh.
He tied her that hard.
Well, yeah, well, she became too suspended by it, right? And too much weight got trapped on the arm, even though they were over the bed. Like, eventually, laid into it too much, and it snapped both of her arms. She had to tell her mom that she fell down on the roller skating ring.
She's too embarrassed to
I
admit
couldn't die laughing. I was like, you fucking are kidding me.
Yeah, she's too embarrassed to admit that she's into
Yeah.
sadism and
S&M and all
S&M,
that.
yeah.
And I was like, girl, just own it. What's wrong with you? And where's your, when you're doing rappelling, they've got an extra one to keep you from falling just in case the harness gives out. Where's your safety line, you dumb bitch? Yeah, whatever.
I'd say she didn't use protection.
Well, right. But she didn't use all the right safety gear, let's put it that way. I thought that was hilarious, though. Both of her arms were in casts, and I see her, and I'm like, you really? I think this lifestyle.
She's still seeing that guy?
Oh no, she's gone now.
What do you mean gone, like dead?
Yep.
How?
She was another one that committed suicide.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, lots of suicide and depression up here. A lot, especially in the winter time.
Seasonal affective disorder, folks.
Well-
I recommend a light greater than at least 10,000 lux or greater.
Yeah, right here.
I have that same
There
one.
you go.
Yeah,
yes.
I've got it, darling. Yay.
And I love it every day because
My
it has...
attitude has changed so much from having that
Oh,
light
me
in
too.
my life.
I
So is
have
that
it.
your secret? Wow.
Yeah.
Can we go
Yeah.
up another one, Joseph,
Yeah.
to make it less?
No, when I release you into the wild, then you'll be done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't get to, because I need to go and finish this row right.
Ah, good. So anyway, so when we define play, that's what I mean by play, folks. I am monogamous. I don't cheat. And that's another.
Wait a
thing.
minute.
We're-
Talk to me about monogamy, right? Like how
Well,
you and I
I-
have a great relationship.
Yeah,
you're
monogamy for
educated.
me is.
But how did you get there?
How did I get there? Well, it's my choice. I choose to only have one partner. If I'm married, that's the only man I'm going to be with. I better be the only partner. I don't like having anyone else in my sexual relationship, in my bed, or anywhere else in my husband's thoughts. It's got to be me and only me.
Right. And
monogamy to me, that's monogamy to me. That is, me, my husband, and me, and that's it. That's all I want in the relationship. I don't, I choose, and I don't believe. I mean, I married him. If I didn't want to. If I didn't want to be with just one person, I would have had other people, but that's not how I choose to live my life.
So, are you saying that with being married, that married means that you should only be with one person?
For me, it does. Okay, my belief system, and yes, I was raised Catholic, but here, for me, being married means being married to one person and being with that one person. Yes, it does mean that to me. Does it mean that for others? Absolutely not. Marriage means whatever they want it to mean and however they define that relationship.
As adults.
Right.
know.
If they want an open marriage, they may have an understanding where they have an open marriage, but they're only emotionally and attached to each other. There may be physical components to their marriage where they have other people, but there's no
Right.
emotional.
Right.
So marriage to them is what they want it to be. Marriage for me means only one person.
Right. And how that's like to me what I'm hearing there sometimes too is like you really value yourself as well.
I'm not going to abuse my body, okay, by having sex with people and here's the thing, Joseph, you know me, and my husband knows me. I don't seek, I'm not going to seek male attention to validate me. I could care less about the male attention. I would probably be more likely to seek female attention to get their, oh wow, versus because that thing with my mother. But
Right.
but I'm not going to seek male attention, and I hardly see.
Why would you need male attention when you already had a husband is always the thing that I laugh at women when they say that.
Yeah.
I like attention from other guys. I'm like, so you don't like your husband? Because you can always tell when a woman's content with her husband's attention
Yeah.
because no matter what their education level, those words fly out of their mouth.
Oh yeah, I'm very content.
Because it just comes out of their mouth naturally. So if the husband's ever worried about it, you just have to listen for those words. It's always amazing to me. It's like, no, she doesn't want other guys' attention because she's content with yours. She'll say so, and they'll be like, well, how will you know that? How will you know? Just listen to her. And then if you piss her off enough, she'll say, I don't want to blah, 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 blah. It's for me, or it's to show that bitch I'm hotter than she is. I got your attention. And it's always key to
Oh, and I'm not about that either. I like seeing beautiful women. I think I'm like, oh wow, how gorgeous. I'm not threatened by that. I like that.
Right.
And I'm the type that, I'm not going to show another bitch how I can get her man. That is not what I'm about. Because number one, ladies, I don't want your fucking man.
yeah, exactly.
I don't want your man.
When swingers hit on me, I'm always flattered. Like, I totally get flattered. And there's a huge swinging community in Alaska. So
I hear. I hope I don't bump into them.
You probably have.
I think I have, yeah.
But my point of view is, like, I'm always flattered. It's like, wow, not one thinks I'm hot, but both of them. That's totally good for my ego. I mean, I do have testosterone, have to admit it. And then the other thing that happens is, like, my God, if you won't fuck your wife, why do I have to? I mean, if it's that big a problem for you that you're trying to screw up, you want someone else to screw her and watch, then shit, I ain't fucking her, gross, get the hell away from me. Or vice versa. If your husband's so goddamn bad in bed that I have to teach him how to fucking do it and screw the hell out of him, and you're so bored to screw him, why don't what? No, I'm sorry, can't do it. And apparently, I had one friend of mine, I was like, you wouldn't even believe what happened to you last night. She goes, well, they didn't ask you to help them with the relationship. They asked you just to have sex. So I'm like, I feel so used. And it was the DJ and his little friend that he was dating. And he's like, she's been on you forever, and I like you too, and I'm scared, but I'm totally open to a bisexual relationship, and I want to try that, and you totally would be the best person for that, and she's totally got the hots for you, and all of us in the bed would be fun. And I'm like, so I'm glad that you guys have fantasized all the way about this with finally asking me, ew, and I've gone to dinner with you a couple times, and if you were hitting on me, you should have told me.
Yeah.
A, I would have dressed better, and B, ew, I wouldn't have gone,
Yeah. I'd let you get the check.
Yeah, stupid me, exactly. I was Dutch. I paid my own fucking way. If I knew you were trying to hop in my pants, you could have paid for the whole fucking night, and then I could have played Jewish. No, I'm not putting out. Good night.
Exactly.
Yeah. Roll over and go to bed, But yeah, that's always been my point of view. It's like, Jesus Christ, if you won't sleep with her, why do I have to?
Exactly, and that's just,
Or if your husband's so goddamn boring in bed that you got to bring someone else in, good Lord, go to the dildo store.
Yeah, go to the dildo store, practice.
Oh, I have another funny story about that. So we did candles. I used to sell candles, right?
Oh,
candles,
yes.
candles. Did party light, did all that, had a blast.
You mean candles that you burn on people?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Candles for just, your
gotcha.
house.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you could, I guess, if you wanted to. And dump it all over them, blah, blah, blah. So I'm selling candles, but I go to a party at a friend of mine's house, a dildo party, right? And she let me and this other friend of hers show up because, we're all alternative people. It wasn't, straight guys were not allowed at the party, put it that way. Mm-hmm. And so we're at the party, and then the purchasing is actually done in another room in the house, and it's totally private and all this stuff. But the demonstration, and I'm watching this woman, and she is fucking hilarious. Like, she is making me laugh. Her whole presentation, and you've got this diverse group of kids, all ages, these lesbians, whatever, everybody's there, right?
Uh-huh.
And the dildo party's going on. And I'm like, oh no, you don't want that one. And they're like, well, how do you know? And I'm like, I've been sexually active since I was young, and I was not scared of the dildo store. I didn't need a partner, I needed a good store. And I'm like, that one's too hard, that one's too soft, that one's too long, that one will eat up batteries, I knew what was going. And this one, how much is this? Goddamn, I never felt that before. Woo-hoo! This is a good party, And,
oh my God.
But I was looking at her table. So she had the square table for the dildo party, right? And I'm watching, and all the dildos are all set up on it, all nice and clean, and all these girls are giggling, tee-hee-hee, and we're having a blast. Like, we had the best party ever. Me at your dildo party, give me a break. I should start selling dildos.
We all kept falling.
Oh, God, and then they were like, well, what would you do with this dildo? And I'm like, I'm not demonstrating, I can't even get my jaw to work. I have TMJ, ew.
Oh, my God.
Right, like, oh, God, we were having a blast. Another shot.
But, some of these dildos look like the real thing. I mean,
Well,
they look with the veins
Oh,
and
it's
stuff.
just, yeah, it's crazy. They have them now that they feel real. So I'm looking at the girl and I said, so when did you sell party light candles? And she looked at me and she blushed, and I'm like, yeah, selling the candles put everybody in the fucking mood, but you couldn't make any more money on candles because you'd sold enough and they burned forever. You had to go into the dildo business because everybody's in the mood now because of your candles to keep making money. I recognize that table. She blushed. She couldn't stop blushing. I'm like, yep, by God, you keeping marriages together for 50 years because candles and dildos, and bitch is going to be rich.
Joseph, I will tell you, they even make life-size dolls now.
I know.
I mean, Ed and I saw this on TV.
Man.
It was so scary.
Yeah, I know. How awesome is that?
I mean, they literally, it cost about $6,000.
Too bad.
And it's in San Diego. I know exactly where in San Diego it is,
God
okay?
damn, don't ruin it for me. You know your next hair extension's $6,000.
Sure, I just went up. But,
You know, and once I become a PA and do your Botox, I expect the doll. Yeah.
oh, yeah, let
They
me
don't
tell
talk
you.
back unless you put the voice box in them.
Oh
right?
my God! Well, they do everything. I mean, they do the foam and the mold for your breast, your
Right.
vagina, even
Right.
your
Every-
penis, your
right,
nipples,
right.
everything, your eyeballs.
Right. My God.
You can't even see where the battery goes.
Right. How
It's
awesome.
a auto battery, 12 volts.
I mean,
Right.
this is so real. It's scary.
Right, and what a perfect person that you can totally have any sexual fantasy you wanted,
Yes.
no guilt, because you wouldn't have to deal with the heartbeat, you wouldn't have to deal with the emotions afterwards.
Anytime.
You could have it all, anywhere, any way. I have another reference for that. So when we were kids, one of the guys, he was a hair lip out at the bar, and they were giving him hell about having a girlfriend, and he says, and when I get tired of my girlfriend, I just let the air out of her, and I put her back in the drawer.
That's right. Yeah, these sex dolls. I mean, they're not even for some they're not even. Well, I'm sure they are, but they're like real. They're as tall as me. They're as tall as you want them to be.
Sure.
And I mean, it's just what they had a segment on how women.
I saw that though, didn't I? Say like a couple. I saw that. What the hell show was that? It was a long time ago.
I know what you're talking
And the
about.
couple was picking out the doll because
Yes.
they wanted to do. The wife wouldn't trust another female, but they got the sex doll, and they were having the threesome with the sex doll.
That
And
looked like
the
a
best
real-
part was that the sex doll was interchangeable, so she could have the threesome right along with it. None of the guilt. And I was like, really? Is
It's
that
true.
what we've come to?
It's true.
I mean,
It's true. And I
well,
saw.
they're gonna come, but you know something's gonna happen. Give me a break.
It's true, and I saw this one where these two girls were shopping for guys, right?
Right.
And they were like showing the size of penises, right? And she goes, "Oh my God, look, this one is so much thicker. I'd rather have this one."
Right.
She goes, "Yeah, but you know, even though they're thicker, you know, the girth is great. It's not always going to be the best fit." And she goes, "Can we try them out?" And the guy actually was like, "Yeah, sure, you can try them out."
Try before you buy.
Yeah, that's exactly. They were trying to.
Could you imagine that demo room? Yeah, we've got demos in the other room.
I'm
you know,
serious. I
honey,
was
do you
like,
bleach that shit or what? No, hell no, I'm not.
I was like, holy. I mean, I was like glued to the TV, and you know, my mom was like, "What are you watching?" Nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Ed, you got to see this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was watching Trantasia with my mom.
Trantasia, I love you.
Oh my God, I'm serious. And my dad comes in, and I thought the women were gorgeous. So Dad goes, "Oh wow, look how beautiful they are." Mom goes, "Rocco, they're not women." I go, "Yes, Mom. Most of those women, they are women, and they've had their surgery." And she goes, "Still," Dad goes, "Still look pretty." He goes, "They look better than some of the other women."
Yeah, pretty much. You just
Really?
told your mom.
Yeah.
They look better than you do, Eddie.
Yeah. Yeah,
What a
it's
tactful
true.
way to say it.
It's true, and so Dad enjoyed it. We watched the pageant, and all. I said, "Oh my God, look!" And then at the end, my mom's like, "Wow, I really like this one's face. She's got the most beautiful face." I said, "Yeah, Mom. I mean, yeah, she's a woman, but yet they'll tell you they spent like $200,000 to look like a woman, and that doesn't include hair extensions and stuff. But they do look amazing."
Oh no, there's some gorgeous women out there.
I would have never known that it was a pageant for transgendered women until they announced it.
Well, listen to you. And the fact that you're watching the transgendered pageant, that says a lot about you.
The fact that they know how to do their freaking makeup.
Yeah, perfectly.
And you know what? They're like living dolls, and I think that's beautiful.
Exactly.
And they actually appreciate the way they look and take care of the way they look. And people badmouth them because they're fucking jealous of them because they want to look like that. But these
Right.
women truly are the real Barbie dolls.
Right. They look great. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe we have hair on the top of your head now. I'm so excited.
It's not melted off.
Yeah. There's hair there. I mean, look. There's hair. It's not only like this little strand of hair. There's like hair.
I know. Isn't that something?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, but I did enjoy watching that because I love the way they do their makeup. I love the way they have style. I learn a lot about makeup application.
Well, and the thing about transgendered individuals is that they can use contouring, shading, lighting,
That's how I
and
learned
they
it.
really feminize a face that tends to have more masculine features. And so with all,
Contouring the cheekbones,
Yes,
with dark.
and they
because
do
I have
it,
high
and they-
cheekbones and a jaw.
right, and they make it look more feminine, and that's the thing when people talk about makeup application with me. I'm like, well, sometimes learn to go hang out with your drag queen friends, go to the show, get to know them, go transgender girls, don't be scared of it. Sit down and work with them because you're going to learn how to feminize and you'll come out looking, even though you have a biological tits and ass and vagina, more feminine than you did doing your makeup all of your life. Because these individuals have to work with feminization all day long.
I was watching.
And they're good at it.
Yeah.
They're not bad at it. They're damn good at it. Because some of those girls, you're like, really? You were born with a dick? Or you still have one? Because look at you, you're fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly. They can't believe it.
It's amazing.
And I was watching this program where this one transgendered woman was talking about how, she was born in the wrong body, and I can understand that. So she's always been a woman,
Right,
and how
that.
she was actually in New York doing a Barbie shoot. She was actually doing the Barbie modeling shoot, and
Right.
she was out there, and I showed Ed this thing, this little caption, and he's like, "Wow!" And I said, "She looks better than those real girls." I
Right.
mean, the girls that were born biological,
Right.
with tits and whatever, a
Right.
vagina. But, to walk in there and see her, you would think she was one of those high-paid Barbie models.
Exactly.
Not that she was, at one point, born a male.
Right. Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing. I love some of the girls are absolutely beautiful. And it's just, wow. Just hush up. And then people will be like, I don't think it's fair to minimize their beauty by saying, well, that was a man or it is a man. I don't give a shit. It's a beautiful human being. They're
Yeah.
fucking hot.
Yeah.
Beautiful human being, regardless. That's, hallelujah, sister.
And I think you have a lot of women that, are outraged by it because they're jealous. I think
Of
that
course.
they feel
I got
that...
slapped in my face one time.
What?
Slapped right in my face in the mall. We had this group of friends back when I was 19, and the first time they all saw me in a black evening gown with my blonde hair on and my face, right? And that was it. And I just did my day look, because I like less makeup. And quite frankly, I don't really need it.
Right, you don't. Those beautiful blue eyes.
So I, did my makeup, away I went. We were hanging all out together, and she saw me, and she slapped me in my face.
Who saw you?
This girlfriend of ours that was she was one of Jenny's friends in the shop that I worked at. We were kids, 19, 20, and she's like, it pisses me off that you are male, and you look better than I fucking do. And she went, whack! And she was mad. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, fuck you. I said, I know I look good then if I had to,
She really slapped you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Did you slap her back?
Fuck no, I just laughed. I thought it was great. Because I was like, are you kidding me?
She was that jealous. Sometimes I feel women want to come up to you.
And my whole attitude back then used to be, and I'll steal your man.
Yeah, and
So don't even fuck with me. I'm like,
again,
damn
I'll take
good,
your
I'll
man.
take your man. Get your pictures of him
that's
sucking
what-
my dick and give it to your mother for Christmas. So keep your hands to yourself. Yeah.
And when you kiss
and
them,
you wish I looked this good. Yeah,
and when you
fuck
kiss
off.
them,
Yeah.
and when you kiss them, you know exactly where his
Yeah.
tongue has been.
That's exactly right. How'd I taste? Yeah, I mean, I don't even
But
care. Yeah.
here's the thing. That's what those women are mad about because they think
Yes.
they know that you can steal their men.
They know damn good and well. A couple years ago, one of my transgendered friends died, and I was so devastated. It was horrifying.
Oh, why?
And about 3 years ago, she had a lung condition, and
Jesus.
it took her. And
Is she a smoker?
she was a smoker, but she
Yeah.
had a lot of pneumonia when she was younger.
That's not
So
good.
she had the scar tissue on the lungs, and the lungs lost their pliability. So she had reduced smoking, done all that stuff, whatever, but the scar tissue kept
Sounds like
building up.
pleurisy.
Well, it wasn't pleurisy because they tested her for all that stuff. But finally, it was just the scar tissue in the end. And when they did a biopsy, her body turned on her lungs.
Oh, yeah.
The biopsy triggered the damn immune system, and she didn't make it out of the hospital.
That's awful.
It was horrifying. I mean, then by the time it's all done, and she'd been a nurse forever.
I've heard about that stuff,
Well, the sad part is that she had a little more time, and when they moved her around, they didn't keep the flow up high enough, and she, in the move, got brain dead because of it.
Oh.
There was a huge case. It was horrible. So we go through all this experience with her, but her and I, we had so many fabulous discussions and talks, and I learned a lot from her. And so she had passed away, and I was all upset, and a friend of mine's like, you need to come out, you need to go out to the club, we're going to go down to Myrna's, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I'll go. And when he came to pick me up, I had my hair and makeup on.
I love it.
And he was like, oh my God. And I'm like, shut up. I'll go out with you, but this is the only way I'm going.
I know.
So we have pictures of Heather and all of us leaving the house, all done up, hair and makeup, whatever.
Would you shave your beard again and do your face?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's no big deal. I'm a blonde, and I'm a hairy bear. Like, I have hair everywhere, but it's blonde.
Yeah.
If I had dark hair, I'd be the hairiest guy. And so I can shave it all off,
You're
and
lucky
it's
you're
back.
natural blonde.
The other thing about my hair is that it's fine hair, so I can shave it all the way down and wear minimum face foundation because I don't have dark, coarse, thick
I do.
hair. Exactly. So it can hide very easily. That's how I get away with a lot. But I went out this New Year's Eve, and there was this guy there was totally amateur night. With New Year's Eve is always what we call amateur night in Anchorage because it's all the people that don't drink year round. They go out New Year's Eve.
They go out
And they're dumb
Yes.
dumb fucks. So this
There
guy's
was a
gorgeous. Gorgeous, great big tall guy, and I'm a tall girl, tall guy, and he kept finding a way to brush across me, or he fell on my bar, our bar stool, excuse me, and I mean this son of a bitch is ripped. I'm like, and he goes, pardon me, and I'm like, the pleasure was all mine.
Oh my. What do you
And his girlfriends are like, oh my god, and I'm like, and I thought this was going to be a uneventful night. Happy New Year, right? Woo, girl.
Did he not know that?
No, he knew. There was no question. But the problem is that there are a whole culture of men that love that.
Oh yeah.
End of story. And the ones that don't love it, that are curious about it, that totally want that experience because it's like, another notch in their belt.
Right.
Screw the tranny, or did a drag queen,
Right.
or whatever it was. And it's a
Right.
whole interesting culture. But then there's some guys that they don't know what it is. Like this guy that's just like, you could see that he was drawn to me from across the room. He'd always found a way to come by me. And by the end, my friend that I was with, who has a girlfriend, is all, hey, is there a problem here? I'm like, oh, there's enough for me to go around, boys. Don't panic.
That's crazy. I love it.
I'm not a petite girl, thank God.
There's a lot to love.
Yeah, there's plenty of me for all of you now. Wait, there's enough for a couple more. You and you. You're carrying me out.
I love it.
Exactly. Oh my God, it was so hilarious. But that was so funny. And you know why, though? And I would always tell people this. I said, sometimes don't overdo it.
Right.
Right? Because it's the illusion. The man's brain will fill in the blanks. Men are visual and they love to fantasize. So I looked feminine enough, which I look feminine anyway when I have my hair and makeup on. Right? I'm very passable. And blah, blah, blah. But the guys sometimes they don't want it all drawn out for them. There's a whole group of men that they want to fantasize.
Right.
So part of what you're doing is you're the illusion of sexy, the illusion of femininity. They love that shit. Love it. And I laugh because by the end of the night, the son of a bitch is like, can I get you a drink? And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
But it's
why
so sudden, it's all so sudden.
So if women know that their husbands like this, why are they so opposite of that? Why do they do the opposite? To test them?
Yes. Well, and then women are driven differently than men are. I mean, I don't care how you want to look at it and how tough women are. There's a part of a woman that if she says it, she's lying to me, that wants to relax into security that the partner provides. And even with two women in an environment, that one of the women will be stronger than the other one. Not necessarily more masculine, but definitely stronger than the other one. And it's always interesting, the one that is more submissive kind of leans into that strength. And if that's called into question by thinking that the man is attracted to something underneath that's another man, is he weak?
Oh, that's crazy.
Which I think is
isn't that crazy?
stupid.
That's so crazy.
To me, I always thought it was the ultimate sexism. Men are so stuck up in that the male body, the male this, the mess that, and blah, 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 that it was ultimately that men should only be with men because macho-ness and blah, 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 and women were such scum of the earth. And I just couldn't understand that. I'm like, well, why aren't you all gay then? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't understand that. And so I don't interpret any of two boys, two girls, to anybody being together as weak. That's so stupid.
Hello?
And if they're out in public, they're actually pretty strong.
Why does it have to be about sexual orientation?
Well, because we're all biological creatures. You're talking mid-brain, lower brain, right, earlier. So what is it? Some of that basic brain function of breed. It's built into us as mammals. If it wasn't there, there'd never be any more people.
But with as high level as intelligence as some of us have.
Right.
I mean, don't they use it?
Well, right. Or do they override it? I mean, so then you get into primal instinct. I mean, now you're talking philosophy. One would hope that we're beyond being a walking hormonal hard-on.
Yeah, it's not like the soul.
One would hope. But we're also in Alaska again.
I love Alaska though. I love the weather. I lived in hot weather most of my life, New York and Florida. I love Alaska. I like the cooler weather.
There we go. That looks good. We went far up this time and you have hair. Yay! We solved all the world's...
So that's it?
Yeah, and we solved all the world's problems.
We saw all.
And 5
I
episodes
think that
are
looks
left.
great, actually.
Yes. Oh, it looks good.
What do you think, baby?
Oh my God, you're